You know, I've watched you. Sometimes our people disagree with you, but I mean, I understand some of your approach. I mean, sometimes we take a hard bite. It helps us as politicians.
Nowadays, when I listen to you, I even panic. Why? Hey, why do you?
Bismillahir Rahman Rahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Hasbunallah wa ni'mal wakil. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? And yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou prepares the table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil, my cup runneth over. And surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. And I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever and ever. Amen. Assalamu alaikum. It's Thursday. Welcome to Johnny's Back. Today's Throwback Thursday. Today, the Black Stars will face off with Sudan. They are looking for an opportunity to play in the AFCON in Morocco. And it's a Group F game. We wish the Black Stars well. We hope that the Black Stars do not disappoint us. We hope that the Black Stars will help us bring back the love. We hope that the Black Stars will deliver excellently on the mandate. They should not be afraid of our very own Kwesi Appiah, who leads the Sudanese side. All we are looking for, as Alaji Grunsa would say, go na efife. And we want the Black Stars, while we wish them well, to bring us the best team. Good morning to Robert Coleman and the team at Wembley Sports for my nice jersey. This morning, we'll do a bit of a throwback because it is a Thursday. Do you remember the photo of our President of the Republic in the heat of the campaign in 2016, wearing a beautiful white dress with a nice cap, sucking on a very juicy pack of drink? Do you remember this picture? It was the picture that brought a lot of enthusiasm and brought him a lot of support and love. Put a picture up for me, please. This was our president in 2016. He was with his senior presidential advisor, former senior minister, Mr. Yaosafo Mafo. And he was drinking a very popular drink that the children used to drink. These days, they're saying the price has shot up, maybe double, maybe thrice. But this was a picture that endeared our president to the people. Today, what is the story? Is the president this close to the people? Because everybody is talking about galamsey. And the president has not spoken to his people. The president that we all queued to go and vote for. The president who swore an oath to protect the lives of the people of the Republic of Ghana. He speaks to everybody else, but he doesn't speak to the people. The people he is responsible for, the people he's answerable to. Our president, since all this talk about Stop Galamsey now happened, our president has not found it necessary to host even one fellow Ghanaians, just one, even if it's 2 minutes, to talk to us, to even tell us to shut up. He has not spoken to us. Nobody voted for Fatima to Abubakar and the people at the information ministry. Nobody voted for them. Nobody voted for all the foot soldiers. Nobody voted for them. Nobody voted for all the ministers and spokespersons. Nobody voted for them. We voted for President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. And the people say, in these trying times, in these difficult times, when everybody seems confused, including organized labor, who has been disorganized, we want a president who can lead us with vision and leadership in the strict sense of the word. But Yeshua, president now, our president has become a silent president on us. But we know that our president is a very erudite and very eloquent gentleman. We have known our president to have had a voice on everything. We know our president to have been a human rights champion. This is a human rights issue where you are drinking mercury, cyanide, lead, chlorine, and alum put together. And if you are cooking with it, you add sodium chloride. Calculate and put it together, the chemistry students, and tell me what the kind of bomb or poison you are preparing in your homes. So this is where you want your president to speak to you. The president spoke to the nation and wrote a fine letter that we all read when Sisi Adapa's issue came. So is the president picking and choosing, because this affects the totality of Ghanaians. When you need your president, you can't find him. Where is our president in all of this mess that is happening? Where is he? Because he said he is the one who was prepared to put his presidency on the line, and that the threats of voting against his party or voting against him was not going to scare him in the fight against galamsey. Now it is obvious the fight against galamsey has become nyama. Should the president not be talking to his people? Should he not be speaking to the nation? Should his advisors not be telling him and urging him on to come and speak to the nation? Even if it is a recorded speech, as we saw back then in COVID times. Where is our president? Where is President Akufo-Addo? The MPP party, do they not have elders that the president listened to? And have these elders thought it smart that we need to tell the president to speak to the nation? Our Council of State, are they not supposed to be providing counsel to the president? Have they suggested to the president to speak to the nation? Because in my small village, when there's turmoil and there's confusion like this, the chief speaks. Where is our president? It's a question. All the answers that are being given, the explanations that are giving, it doesn't touch my heart like what my president would have said to me. And I'm sure I'm not alone in that regard. We voted for President Akufo-Addo. We didn't vote for Chief of Staff or any other person. We voted for President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. And if we find ourselves in difficulty and in a time of confusion, we want our president, the one we voted for, who was sworn in on our behalf, to be the one to speak to us. Are we asking for too much? Because if the president continues on this silent drive, it is actually very disrespectful and disingenuous. The president must speak to the people. We must hear what is on the president's heart. The president should not be hiding behind paper and hiding behind statements. No. The president should be speaking to the people so we can look him in the eyes and know whether he is telling us what he means. Please find our president for us and let our president speak to the people. The children of Ghana want to hear from the president. The middle class want to hear from the president. The downtrodden, they want to hear from the president. And you know, there's a video of the president, a throwback video of the president from 2016. He said something, that he was not going to disappoint us. His silence is disappointing. It's beginning to disappoint everybody. Play.
The man of face of our Mujimindi, I'm a seven for Tumino, I said in some Quade, we will nipa and Mermani and Ma, Bawumia, no, the one Yakendra, Chematenumoa, Eba Buame, and Che, Ghana, and Niben Dani, the man of face of our Mujimindi. I'm a seven for Tumino, I said in some Quade, we will nipa and Mermani and Ma, Bawumia, no, the one Yakendra, Chematenumoa, Eba Buame, and Che, Ghana, and Niben Dani.
Ghana any Dane, but did it change for the better or for the worse? We know what the story is. CD Baku, or that dollar Baku, CD Bebre. We know what the story is. I don't want to go into it because we're already going through it. Michael Blankson is still going through it. The thing hits him like a thunderbolt. He keeps asking, where's my $1 million? He's asking. Nobody's minding him. He was a few months ago telling everybody about how it was a good place to come and invest and all of that. Now he's regretting, he's asking, where is my money? So I don't even want to talk about the economic issues. And you see, the government itself doesn't now speak about the economic issues because they know it is a total failure. But Mr. President, step forward and talk to the people. Disorganized labor, good morning to you and your leadership. The people of the Republic of Ghana had a lot of hope. And you see on the streets, people say your palms have been greased, that you have taken envelopes and you have forgotten what you stand for as labor. I don't know. If you go onto social media, you go onto Twitter or X, you go on Facebook, go and check, go and read the temperature there. People say you people have collected money. And they started saying those things when you gave a 30th of September deadline and then you extended it and then met the president. The president said, give me some more time. And they said, the people have collected money. I was here telling the president not to allow you to go on this strike because he would have dropped the ball. The people out there. And if you speak to the individual members of the various groupings, they say they are disappointed in you, the leadership of organized labor, which now the people say you are disorganized labor. How organized are you? There's a Facebook post that Professor Ransford Jampo put up after the meeting. Let's read it together. He says, colleagues, good evening. As I indicated earlier, we were called to go get briefing about some new proposals government had made in response to our demand that illegal mining be addressed. The following happened at the meeting. Listen carefully. 1. Two of the leaders, Joshua Ansah and Dr. Bampo, that's CLOSAG and TUC, came to the meeting with an already prepared speech calling for suspension of the intended strike. They brought answers to the exam hall. We questioned the propriety of their action and they apologized. Then they read the supposed new intentions from government to us. 3, we responded that the interventions were not different in substance from the ones we discussed and rejected at our meeting on Monday, the 7th of October, and that government should at least place a temporary moratorium on mining for a few days so that we can all discuss the practicalities of all the proposals. 4, the leadership of organized labor refused to listen, and before we could make further suggestions, they called in the media and read their already prepared speech to them. The meeting was rancorous and acrimonious. It ended in disunity. So organized labor was disorganized because two leaders brought in an already prepared speech. They came, they forced the speech on the people, having called in the media to read to them, according to Professor Ransford Jampo. 5, GIHOC NEC meets over this tonight. And given the overwhelming support we have given to the fight against illegal mining via the voting outcomes of the public universities across the country, let us brace ourselves to be the only conscience of the nation in the fight against the existential threat that confronts all of us. 6, it has been heated and upsetting, and we hope to pull ourselves together to give further updates after our NEC meeting this evening. Good evening to you all. Professor Ransford Jampo, PhD, President, University of Ghana. Now, there's a document from GIHOC. They said they are not going on strike. So you see the kind of leadership, according to Professor Ransford Jampo, that we have. Two of the leaders, Joshua Ansah, who was recently elected, took over from Dr. Yabam, and Mr. Bampo, who has been there for a long time at CLOSAG. They brought in an already prepared speech to a group of intellectuals and very knowledgeable people. And then when they were confronted, they apologized. But they still went ahead and read it to the media. Organized labor. Why wouldn't anybody then say on social media that organized labor is compromised and they are going to collect envelopes? There's a GIHOC letter. Please put it up for me. Why wouldn't anybody say that? Yes. Now, University Teachers Association of Ghana, October 9, 2024. Industrial action against mining in forest reserve farms and water bodies. The National Executive Council of the University Teachers Association of Ghana has successfully concluded a referendum regarding industrial action to support a nationwide ban on mining and prospecting for gold and other minerals in forest reserves, farmlands, and rivers. The referendum, which involved participation from all 15-member branches of GIHOC, had a total of 2,762 members casting their votes. The results are as follows. Yes, 2,153 votes, representing 77.95%. No, 607 votes, representing 21.98%. Abstain, 2, representing 0.07%. With an overwhelming majority of 77.9% voting in favor, the National Independent Elections Committee declares the motion carried. This decisive outcome reflects the unwavering commitment of GIHOC members to protect our environment and livelihoods from the destructive impact of mining activities in ecologically sensitive areas such as forest reserves, farms, and water bodies. Following the referendum, the NEC convened an emergency meeting invoking Article 19 of the Clause 5 of the GIHOC Constitution. In line with this constitutional mandate, NEC has unanimously declared an immediate indefinite strike from the 10th of October, that's today, across 15 GIHOC branches. All members are directed to comply with this decision until the government formally announces a nationwide ban. And that's the same thing the CSOs are asking for, a nationwide ban on mining and prospecting activities in protected areas, including forest reserves, farmlands, and water bodies. Thank you for your steadfast support in this critical national cause. Professor Mahmoudou A. Akudugu is National President. Dr. Elias Momuni is the National Secretary, and they have signed it. So GIHOC is going on strike. Let's listen to Daniel Nikwate Titus Glover, former boss of Valco, former deputy minister, former MP, and now the Greater Accra Regional Minister. Listen to what he said about galamsey on this show, 3FM Sunrise, some 1 year ago. Listen to him.
I don't like cheating. I'm not greedy. You know, guns, the way we are. We are not as greedy as anything. The little you have, you are content, then you move on. But I think that this galamsey fight, with the greatest of respect to all of us in the studio, is not one-man business. And we need to commend you, the media, for your gallant role to come out in the fight again. Because you started it. Then the government took it up upon herself.
That's right.
You have the power of the council. That is the only role that you have to speak on the matter. The government picks up because we have all the leverage and everything to go and discuss or deal with the matter. I agree that effort has been made, 1 or 2 or 3. But when some people want to sound holier than thou, they want to be more Muslim than the chief imam, I'm worried. I'm seriously worried. Because the question is, in your time, what did you do?
Yeah.
There are stubborn people around who are neck deep in this business called galamsey. I have traveled twice the whole of this country, Helen. I've been to the northeast and west of this country. And when you go to the galamsey area, I'm talking about western north, western region, eastern region, Ashanti region. My sister, you weep. You ask yourself, why are people so greedy? Want to destroy our vegetation, want to destroy our water bodies. Galamsey is more than armed robbery. I tell you, because the chemicals that they put in the processing of these minerals into the water bodies, it goes into our fishes, it goes into our water, we drink, we eat these fishes, and we are killing ourselves every day. So I will not support anybody, whether you are in my party or not, that you are doing galamsey, then I will applaud you and say that I will not support. But at least we need to commend President Akufo-Addo for his effort in the fight against galamsey.
What was the result of the effort? He said, galamsey is more than armed robbery, and it is not a one-man fight. So Joshua Ansah and Dr. Bampo and all the people who say, we are no longer going to join, what exactly is the motive? Maybe you have not seen the water coming down through Wager. You have not seen it. Maybe you have not seen the Densu Basin. You have not seen it. Maybe that has not appealed to your conscience yet, that children are being born with deformities and defects. You have not seen that. Maybe you do not know that we are getting to the point where a lot more kidney and liver diseases could come and kill all of us. Maybe you have not come to terms with the fact that you are also drinking it. You have not. And that even if you can afford to import water into this country, your family members, your extended family members, one hour kurasino, one hour brutrino.
3FM 92.7.
Then you hear government say, oh, we are giving extra military people. We were in this country. Did we not see videos of the same security people being complicit in the galamsey thing? Did we not see them? The DCEs and MCEs who are the head of music and GIHOC, some of whose friends have gotten licenses. If there's galamsey happening in your backyard and you're a DCE and you are bold to call yourself that you are the boss of the GIHOC or music, and you drive in a V8 with our fuel, and you have a police guard, and you are preparing to take ex gratia, and you are still there, you have not been sacked, that is why galamsey will still thrive. It doesn't matter the number of military men you carry from Burma camp and put them in the bush. And I pray none of them dies like Major Maxwell Mahama, because it will be a very useless death. Apologies to his family. And then there are those who make the argument, oh, yes, galamsey is not in Accra. You can't sit in Accra. Go to the galamsey site. They killed Major Maxwell Mahama at Dentraboisi. They put his effigy at La, in La. Does galamsey happen there? Did the people of La lynch him? Some of our elders, when they speak, you ask yourself, what is inside their head? They are bribe-taking galamsey police people. Play the video.
Abu Safo, but Muchawodi, Munshi Adibu Hame, Sima Yanshadia. Young say, you was a Kabiba, galamsey site no mobile, no police for. Now, and the mobile, you want from one Casamoka, you will be car. Imagine Sandy Hun, Sansenka police car, Ibumus Mudin, Ghana Police Service, Igumba, Wedding Gun, Timsho Bicana, Makojaba, Yanshadia, Omaba galamsey site. Yeah, galamsey site no mabano. Ni bia no mbe you. Ombe tisika. Chop money. Yeah. Sanse. You could break in there. Moba, it was sky area day. It the mom. To you money for my neck casa no. I'm gonna form my neck casa. We met tell him try you team patches one anina maya mfanchem nyamia. To tell him try muhu so muhumia me omuhuya. Ida say ombe tutumi machine hono mantino misi na mi try ntimantima ntwa ni yenhwa omudoso we ya mi kase ade be chiama we mabano ni pa hofo so bayo the same police for na bayo nye we mo baye omba oni miska mo giye e catch your be shock.
So allegedly bribe taking. And if you go to the galamsey sites, they will tell you. They will tell you. So we are just going to send people there again. It's okay. So it's for the optics. The real work that has to be done, the CSOs, our last hour and the team, they're saying that, look at the Professor Frimpong Boati report. Names have been mentioned in there. Deal with them. Stop majoring in minors. The president must speak to his people. And organized labor, you see, doctors say we can't go on strike because of the effects. Nurses say we can't go on strike because we will be here in this country. The issues about your salaries and your unpaid allowances and your welfare will come. You will see where you come and announce it. When it comes to the welfare of the entire nation, you are not interested. But when it comes to your allowances and your whatever, you say you are interested. And yesterday, a next asked me a question. That the doctors first declared that they were not interested in the strike. And then she asked me, can the doctors work alone if all the other staff who support the doctors are not there? Like Titus Glover said, this is not a one-man fight. Those who are asking for consensus are the very people at the heart of it, trying to disentangle the unified force that we have. And it's a shame. It's a very, very big shame. The nation is scattered. This is where we need the president to read the mood and sentiment of the nation and bring us to the center. But our president cannot be found. You remember the galamsey, alleged galamsey carrying truck, right? The truck, the yellow truck, that had the police emblem on it, that the police says doesn't belong to them, right? And that it ran into somebody's home around the Adansi area, right? And then it became a subject matter. The people say, oh, the police said it's not theirs, but it's okay, it's okay. we're digging further because the police said they are investigating, but we don't know how long the investigation will take. So we are also doing a parallel investigation with the police. Show me the chassis number. And that's what I've been saying, that every vehicle has a chassis number. So if the police and the security authorities are minded, when they arrest the excavators, they pick them, they will not go and burn motherboard and whatever it is. They will check the chassis number, they will trace it to whoever bought it and brought it into this country, and they will go for the big fishes and arrest them. That's how to deal with it. What we are doing is Matra Makwe. This is the car, ER 76517, the yellow truck with the police emblem on it. The chassis number is LGA X2A 130 C4053717. That's LGA X2A 130 C4053717. The first time it was registered with the DVLA was on 2022-10-12. The make is a Dongfeng, is a tow model. Private is yellow, 2017. It belongs to the Road Safety Management Services. The DVLA, the police did not lie. So we are running our own parallel investigation so the police doesn't hide it. This is the chassis number of the vehicle. Tomorrow I'll give you another detail on the same vehicle until they come and tell us that we have arrested person A and B and C for this reason. We have put them before court like we hurriedly put protesters before the court. No, we'll come to this tomorrow. Now take me to GIHOC. We'll wrap up. 2 documents from GIHOC and we'll wrap up. The GIHOC managing director, Mr. Maswa Kofi, he was on air threatening his staff that anybody who goes on the strike will be dealt with, will be sacked. I've showed you court documents where people have taken GIHOC to court, including him, for sacking them without reason. Show me the table quickly. We don't have too much time. And the full thing is, now, I want to show, I've always had this, but I've kept it, projected. GIHOC Distilleries Company Limited. The annual revenue and cost trends analysis. 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022. I'll demonstrate to you how GIHOC has been run down. In 2016, GIHOC had a total number of employees of 169. The sales volume quantity was 602,275 in 2016. With 169 people, that was how much they produced. In 2017, when Kofi Juma took over, they had 200 employees. So he moved the employee staff strength from 169 to 200. And then the production dropped to 511,525. And then in 2018, he further moved the employment numbers from 169 to 230. Further, if you compare that to 2016, which was 602, it dropped further to 565,362. Then in 2019, he increased the number from 230 to 255. And then the production further dropped to 438,802. And then in 2020, which was the election year, from 255, they brought party people and increased it to 450 staff. Production further dropped. If you compare that to 2016, where they had only 169 people, it dropped further to 506,874. Then in 2021, he further shot the number up from 450 to 552. You're creating Juma, but what is your production? It dropped again, if you compare to 2016, to 525,015. And then in 2022, the number further shot up to 557. And then look at the production, 299,295. Check this is the revenue. No, I know they lie. The documents be this. This is a GIHOC document. This is a GIHOC document of how GIHOC has been run down. But he's the president's in-law, and he's the chief of staff's cousin. So nothing will happen. There is some over 500,000 CDs. The case is at Kaneshi Police Station. Finance people, audit people, accounts people, marketing people, production people put together. 25th September, what happened? Kaneshi Police Station, where GIHOC staff arrested and bailed that same night at 10 p.m. Are those people paying back the money to GIHOC? If they put their hands in company money, why is nobody putting them before the courts for jail? I said I will give you the documents about GIHOC and show you how the place has been run, because I've had enough of us running down state institutions and behaving as if everything is okay. Behaving as if everything is okay. Behaving as if everything is fine. Look at how the place has been run down. And Castle Bridge is not something that you have to stress to advertise. Funerals use it, naming ceremonies use it, weddings use it, marriage ceremony, all of those ones, they use it. Even the fetish priests in their shrines, they use it. Juju people, they all use it. So it's like Gary, it's already being sold, it's selling. And then they give that for you to manage, and you run it down, and you still have the mouth to sit on radio to threaten people. As we speak, September salaries for GIHOC staff have not been paid. Today is the 10th of the next month. And we are still there talking pam. Because we know that the president cannot do anything. Good morning. Please, we'll take a break. When we return, please write these numbers down. 055-924-2717 and 055-691-0154. 055-924-2717 and 055-691-0154. See you shortly after the break.
So with all